Hi guys, welcome back. We're going to jump into our math, and today we're talking about place value in the thousands. The thousands, you guys, kind of a big deal, kind of a huge number. When we've talked about Daddy Digits house, we've only ever talked about hundreds, and you guys are old pros at tens and even the ones room, but now we're adding a whole new room to your Daddy Digits house, and it's going to be in the thousands. Okay, so we kind of talked about it before we went on break, but today I want you to look at this. You guys recognize this guy? Yeah, he's pretty cute, right? From the movie Toy Story. Okay, I want you to use your brain to think about Slinky Dog when you think about the thousands, okay? Because today we're talking about expanding, okay? Just like he expands, he gets bigger. Numbers can get really big and then small and really big and small. So kind of like Slinky Dog, I want you to think about these numbers when we're talking about expanding and expanded form. I want you to think about Slinky Dog, okay? Because we're going to make our numbers, we're going to expand our numbers kind of like the Slinky Dog does, okay? He expands, it gets bigger. So the first thing I want to do is talk to you about standard form and expanded form. The standard form is going to be the regular way we write a number. So if the number is 24, we just write 24. There's a 2 in the tens room and a 4 in the ones place, right? 24. And now if we're talking about a number that's in the hundreds, there's going to be 3 digits. So you would write 1 digit in every room. But now that we're talking about the thousands, it's a bigger number. There's a comma. And there's 1 digit in every room, just the same as any other number. And let me show you, okay? So the number is 3,145, and that is not cool. It's backwards on here. Gotta write it backwards. Okay, sorry. Let's see. This is what, let me do it on the screen really quick. Sorry, friends. Okay, let me see. Okay, if I have, and I'm going to share the screen really quick. Give me just a second, friends. Okay, so if I take the number 3,000, oh, didn't share it, sorry. I'm a little rusty. Here we go. If I take the number 3,145, okay, now that is the standard form of writing it. This is standard form. This is normal writing of a number. Now, if I wanted to do expanded form, I would write every digit in its place. So we would write 3,000 plus 100 plus what's in the tens room? A 4, so that's 40, plus how many ones? There's only 5 ones. This is expanded form, okay? It looks a little different. We don't ever write our numbers like this, but on our paper today, they're going to ask us to break down the numbers and to write them in expanded form. I think you guys can handle this. We're going to work on this together, so you don't have to worry about it. It's a brand new concept, so I don't want you to freak out. We're going to do it step by step together, okay? So standard form is the regular way of writing it, and expanded form is when you break it down. So if we look at this number in the thousands, how many thousands are there? Yes, 3,000. So this should match that. You see that? Now, how many hundreds do we have? Well, 100. So you're going to write 100. How many tens? There's 4 tens, so that equals 40. Because if I think about it, if I count by tens 4 times, 10, 20, 30, 40, that's how many tens are there. There's 4 tens, but counting by 10, it equals 40. Now, how many ones? There's just 5 ones, so you just write the 5. Now, guess what? If I were to add 3,000 plus 100 plus 40 plus 5, it would give us this number up here, 3,145. It's just kind of separating them into their rooms, okay? Just to give you a different idea and to think about how it expands, how a number can expand, okay? And the plus signs are just to kind of they separate it to be like a divider for the rooms, so they're not all jumbled up. That would be really scary if we erased all those plus signs. If we didn't have the plus signs, there would be no order and no organization to these numbers. It would be like a humongous number. Okay, we're gonna jump on into our paper. So you should be on 10.2, and it should be a pelican on the top. And on the top it says, let me get there so you guys can see, we can see it together. Here we are. All right, there are 2,358 pelicans along the coast. What does this number mean? Well, standard form is a number written with 1 digit for each place value. Do you see that box that they have there? They even show it to you with the base 10 blocks. 2,000s, those are the thousands, there's 2 of them. 300s, there's 3 of them there, and 5 tens. Do you see the 5 tens? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8 ones. That's the standard way of writing it. But now if we expand it, we're going to write how many thousands? 2,000 plus how many hundreds? 300 plus how many tens? 5 tens, which equals 50, because if we count by 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And how many ones? There's 8 ones there. Very good, friends. Okay, we're going to move along down to the bottom. Scroll down. It says down here, fill in the place value chart. Write each number in expanded form and in standard form. So we're going to get to write it both ways. Oh, you guys are so lucky they did the first one for you. So 1 in the thousands, 3 in the hundreds, 3 in the tens, and 6 in the ones. What number, if I added all of those together, what number would I get? Well, 1, and remember that comma says thousands, right? 1,000, how many hundreds? 336. Very cool. Are you with me? Did you write that down on your paper? Awesome. Okay, let's look at the second one. Okay, now we have to use our brains. How many thousands are there? Do you see the base 10 blocks? There are 1, 2, 3. So let's write 3 in the thousands. And let's write the number 3,000 here. While we're there, while we're in the thousands room. Now, how about in the hundreds room? How many hundreds are there? Let's count them. 1, 2, 200. Let's write it down below in the expanded form, because if there's 2 hundreds, then it's 200, right? So you'd write out the full number in expanded form, not just a 2. And in the tens room, how many tens are there? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in the daddy digits room, we just write a 6, but in expanded form, we would write 60, because if we count by tens 6 times, that equals 60. And how many ones are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. And do I need to change it in any way? Nope. In expanded form, 4 is 4. All right, now how would we put all these numbers together to make one big number and write it in standard form? How many thousands? 3, remember, comma equals 1,000, 264. Are you with me, friends? Very good. I hope your paper looks like mine. Let's scooch on down to number 3. How many thousands do you count there? 1, 2, 3. Hey, that's the same as the last one. 3,000. How many hundreds? Looks like 100. Looks like 2 tens. And let's count the ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, that's the biggest number that can be in that room. Very cool. Oh, and I went so fast, I didn't even do it in expanded form. I'm so sorry. I'm sure you didn't do the same mistake I did. I'm sure you wrote it and you took your time. I was just rushing through my paper. Okay, let's go back and write it in expanded form. 3,000 in expanded form would be 3, comma, and 3 zeros. 100 in expanded form would be 1 and 2 zeros. And 2 tens would be 20. And 9 ones would be a 9. Okay, let's write this whole huge number in standard form on the line over here. 3,129. Wow, friends, you're doing so good. Do you guys see how the number starts in standard form? It's kind of just a regular number, but then we expand it like Slinky Dog, right? We're expanding it for expanded form. Very good, friends. Let's go ahead and move on to the back. I'm going to get my paper here. Here we go. All right, so they're basically asking us to do the exact same thing. Write each number in expanded form and standard form. So they have the number in, let's pretend that this is Daddy Digit's house. I like to think of the numbers as being in Daddy Digit's house. So that's his house, and we're gonna take the information we have in those rooms, write it in expanded form, and then write it again in standard form, which is the regular way to write a number. All right, are you ready? Okay, let's jump on in. They did, once again, they did the first one for you. You were so lucky. They have 7 in the thousands. So guess what? The number that's here should match the first number here and the first number here. Let's see, are they all sevens? 7,000, 7,000, 7,000. Very good. How many hundreds are in each room? 2, 2, and 2. Very good. Now how many tens? 9, 9, and 9. Awesome. So far, this looks really good. They did a good job. And how many in the ones? 0, 0, 0. Guess what? If there's no number, you can still write a 0 because 0 is a digit, but it doesn't have any value to it, right? But it's still a number. So we could still write a 0. If there's no ones, we would write 0 because there's got to be some type of number or digit in a room. You can't just leave it blank. You can't just skip it. All right, so that's a good, I'm glad that that came up. And you were probably thinking it, so I'm glad that came up so that we could go over that, because I don't want you guys to get confused if there's ever no number there and you're gonna say, what should I put there? Well, 0 is a digit. It doesn't add or take anything away, right? It kind of just holds the space for that room. Okay, let's move on to the next one, number 5. 4,000, so we're gonna write 4,300. A 10, because there's only 1 in the tens room. And how many in the ones room? 1. All right. How would we say this full number together? 4,300 and 10 1? No, look at that number at the end. There's a 1 in the 10 and a 1 in the 1. That's 11, right? So 4,311. Very good. Let's skip on down to number 6. How many are in the thousands? There's 1,000. Ooh, tricky, tricky. How many are in the hundreds? 0. So what do I need to write? A 0. How many in the tens? 50. And how many in the ones? 6. So, you ready? Let's add our number together to write it in standard form. 1,000. So there's no hundreds. 56. So 1,056. Do you hear that I'm not saying hundreds in that number? Because there's no hundreds. If there's no number in that room, you don't say it. 1,056. You can almost hear it and see the numbers that are in each room, right? When you say it slowly, 1,056. I didn't say hundreds, so that should be a big clue that you don't have any hundreds in that room. All right, guys. I hope you're with me still, and I hope you wrote all of those. Your paper should look just like mine. Okay, this is where they want to trick you, so put your thinking caps on. You're going to write the value of the pink digit, so we're only going to focus on the number in pink, okay? They're asking you what place in the place value they are, right? What value does it have? So the first one, 3,124. So That is in what place? What room in Daddy Digit's house? In the tens room, right? There are 2 tens. Do you see that they wrote that for you? 2 tens. Well, what is 2 tens? How do you write that in standard form? We don't ever say, can I have 2 tens of something, right? If you want Pokemon cards, or if you want scrunchies or whiteboard markers, or crayons, you don't say, may I have 2 tens of crayons, please, mom and dad? No, we don't ever say that. We say 20. Another way to do it is if you're counting, you can count by tens 2 times. 10, 20. So they wrote it there for you. Very good. Let's go ahead and look at number 8. 5,280. What number are we focusing on? The first one in the thousands room. Let's go ahead and write how many thousands? 5 thousands. There it is, 5 thousands. How would I write that out as in standard form? Sorry, forgot what I was saying. 5 and 3 zeros. 5,000. Very good, friends. All right, make sure you're writing that down. Stay with me. Number 9, what's the digit we're looking at? Well, let's read the number together. Are you ready? 1,035. There's no hundreds. There are 3 tens, 1,000, and 5 ones. So we're looking at 5 ones. So let's write 5 ones. And how would you write 5 ones? If you had 5 ones, it's just 5. Good job. All right. 2,049. What are they asking us to look at? Oh, the hundreds room. Is there any hundreds there? I think they're trying to trick you, friends. 0 hundreds. They have 0 hundreds there. How do you write 0 hundreds? 0. Just write the 0. All right. We're going to write the next 4 numbers in this number sequence. They gave you the first one for the first 2. So if you're counting by ones, oh my goodness, you have to expand your brain right now, okay? Remember, we're talking bigger numbers, thousands. This is one more room in Daddy Digit's house. So if we're counting by ones, we have 1,286, 1,287. What would come next? 1,288. Let me show you something. The only thing that's going to change when you're counting by ones is that room. If you're adding 1 to it, only the number in the ones place is going to change. Look at it really quick. You see the number in the ones? It was 6, then it went up by 1, and it went up by 1. So only the number in the ones room should change for you. Every other number should be the same. 1, 1, 1. 2, 2, 2. 8, 8, 8. Do you see that? The only thing that changed was the number in the ones. All right, let's keep going. 1,288 was that one. What would come next? 1,289 and 1,290. Very good, you guys. All right, they want us to count by tens. And if we're counting by tens, the only number that should change is the number in the tens room. Very good. I know you knew that. All right, we're going to start with 2,443. Then we're going to change it to the next 10. 2,453, 2,463, 2,473, 2,483. Good job. Did you notice that the only number that changed was the number in the tens room? And it's going up because we're counting by 10, counting up. Good job. Now they want us to count by hundreds. So the only number that should change is that one, and it's going to count up. Are you ready? This is a really big number, friends. Expand your thinking, expand your mind for these numbers. Are you ready? 6,285. Next would be 6,385. You notice how everything else stays the same? The only thing that's changing is the number in the hundreds room. After 6,300, it would be 6,485. and 6,585 and 6,685. All right, guys, good job. And the last one. I feel like this might be the easiest one. The number in the thousands is going to be the only number that changes here, okay? So every other number should stay the same. You ready? 3,267, 4,267, 5,267, 6,267, and 7,267. You notice how all the other numbers stayed the same? The only thing that changed was the number in the thousands. All right, guys, good job. All right, let's scroll on down to the bottom. And you're gonna write, it says here, write the most sensible number. Sensible is like what makes the most sense, okay? Now, some of these are gonna sound really silly and you're probably gonna laugh at these, but let's take a look, okay? And we're gonna read all of our options. Stephen's younger brother is blank years old. Oh, okay, so Stephen has a younger brother, not older, but younger, and I think the best number is 7,000. Stephen's younger brother is 7,000 years old. What do you think? If they're a younger brother, well, what does that make Stephen then? If his younger brother's 7,000 years old, it's probably like 10,000 then, right? But does that make sense? Probably not, right? Okay, let's think about it. What would be the best option? 70, 700, or 7? Yeah, probably 7. Go ahead and write it. Next, Jesus walked on earth about blank years ago. Was it 2 years ago? Was it when you were in kinder A? No. Was it 20 years ago when you weren't even born? Let me see. No, probably not 20 years ago. 200 years ago? Well, that is a lot of years ago, but no, that's still too close. He was here about 2,000 years ago. Quite a bit of time, right? About 2,000 years ago. All right, and the last one. LaDawn's mom is about 4,000 years old, 4 years old, 400 years old, or 40? What do you think? Yeah, probably 40. All right, friends. Well, we zoomed on through this paper and you guys did amazing for our first day back from spring break. And I thought you were going to be all rusty and probably forgetting your numbers and forgetting everything that you've learned so far. But of course you didn't, because you're so amazing. All right, friends. We will come back together again tomorrow. I love you. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.